Next up on copycat.com, I'm going to show you how to cook a chicken in a skillet. All right, so we're going to make a very simple chicken in a skillet. It's so easy to do. And you don't need much other than your chicken. Now, I just bought up a whole cut of chicken at the grocery store. We're gonna also use a little bit of butter and oil and some salt and some seasoning. Seasoning of your choice. You could use something like tarragon, or if you happen to have some chicken rub or poultry rub, that'll work very, very well. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing we're gonna do is we're going to heat our butter and our oil together. I really like the flavor of the butter, but you really need to add a little bit of oil in there, because if you don't, your butter could scorch, and you don't want that to happen. It helps temper the point at where butter will burn, so we're going to go ahead and add in a little bit of oil as well. All right. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to prep our chicken a little bit. Now, most of these pieces we can just stick in just as they are. You might want to check and see if they have any pin feathers or anything on them. You can always trim off little extra bits of fat, like right here. We probably don't need this. So I'm just gonna cut this and stick it to the side. Now the chicken breast, wow, these are huge. I'm actually gonna trim off this portion right here where the ribs are, because there's not a lot of meat here. And I'm gonna make some chicken stock later, so it's not gonna be wasted. So you can either do this with a scissors or a knife, your choice. I'm gonna go ahead and try to do these with the scissors. And again, you're just doing this because the ribs don't offer a lot of extra meat right here. So we're just gonna trim this. And you see you end up with a nicer portion right here. So it sounds like my butter's about ready. We're gonna put the chicken skin side down initially. Okay, and for our wings, we're just gonna take the wings and we're gonna fold the little flapper part behind the drum, and we're gonna stick these in. Now this is all the chicken that my pan's gonna hold, so I'm gonna do this in batches. So we're gonna go ahead and start with this. We're gonna cook this for about 5 minutes like this, and we're gonna flip it over. So we'll be right back. All right, so it's been 5 minutes, and we're gonna go ahead and flip the chicken over. Now it's not done, it's not anywhere near being done. But I'm gonna flip it over, and when I do, you can see how wonderful it is, nice and brown on one side. So we're just gonna flip this over. Now you don't have to use a whole cut chicken for this. This would be a great recipe for just doing with inexpensive legs and thighs. These often go on sale, so this would be a great way to do these. All right, so we're gonna let this cook for another 5 minutes. Then I'm gonna come back and put a lid on it, and I'm gonna cook it for about 5 minutes longer on each side. So we'll be back in just about 5 minutes. All right, so we have waited another 5 minutes, and I'm gonna flip the chicken back over, and this time I'm gonna cover it up. This will kind of help keep the heat in. It's browned nicely, so we're gonna go ahead and flip it. See how good that looks. And if we stick on the lid, it's gonna just radiate the heat a whole lot better than leaving it open. All right, 5 minutes, we're gonna flip it over again. Okay, so it's been another 5 minutes, so we're gonna go ahead and flip the chicken over again. And this time when I do, I'm gonna go ahead and season the chicken up. It's got a really lovely color on it now. You see right there, it looks gorgeous. All right, so we're gonna season it with a little bit of salt. And a little bit of chicken rub. Now again, you can use whatever you like. You could use some tarragon, you could use poultry seasoning, you know, a little bit of oregano, and I'm just gonna put this on, and we're gonna let it cook for another 5 minutes, and we will come back. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and take our chicken out. We're gonna turn down the heat just a little bit. So we're gonna go ahead and make a sauce for this. I'm gonna take a little bit of this fat out because we don't need all of this. We really wanna do this right now because the pan has a lot of great flavor in the bottom of the pan. All those brown bits are gonna taste incredible in just a moment. Okay, so I've taken about half of that out. I'm gonna put in a couple spoons full of chopped scallions. You could use chopped onions if you like. We just want these to cook for just a little bit. It smells really, really good. And right now, I'm gonna go ahead and just add a couple tablespoons of dry sherry. If you don't have any dry sherry, use a dry white wine, such as a Chardonnay, or a little bit of dry vermouth. Now we're just gonna try to scrape up the brown bits on the bottom of the pan. Now I'm gonna add about a 1/4 cup or so of just chicken stock, and we're gonna let this reduce, and then we're gonna pour it all over the chicken. Okay, so our sauce has just reduced by a little bit, and now we're gonna pour this over the chicken. You can see how wonderful that looks, a nice little sauce. All right, so here you go. We have our skillet cooked chicken, and I'm gonna go ahead and try one of these in just a second. But be sure to go ahead and subscribe to this YouTube channel so you don't miss any of our videos, and drop me a comment down below of what you'd like to see next. So let me go ahead and give this a try. Oh, I'm getting this chicken skin, oh well. It has a really nice, very subtle chicken flavor. It's fantastic. The skin just a little bit crispy, a little bit buttery. This is a great weeknight meal you can make. Thanks for watching.